This is the devastation that the tornado did to our home and our neighbors' homes around our circle. Took down the power lines, telephone lines laying across the yard here. Across the top of the house, this big tree here behind our house. We got nothing but a forest behind our house, and took down these big old trees and the whole power grid line from there all the way down. See all these big trees up here came down, and this big one came and landed right up on top of our house. Took the fence down back here. It's laying right up on top of our back of our house. And the power line is laying on the ground here. Big transformer, you see, laying in our backyard. Another big tree back there. I'm gonna take you and show you it here in a second. There's another big tree on the other back side of our house. I don't want to get too close to these lines here because they disconnected, and that's the main power line back here in the back. And this big old tree here, it just took it completely out, but left part of it was a two-part of a tree.
These stones are messing with her. She's gonna have to stay outside.
And took out this big old tree, which you can see. Pretty nice ass tree. All this is in my yard. It's on the other side of the yard, and it actually fell and just clipped the neighbor's house next door. And somebody's roof came off, I don't know where, but there's a lot of insulation hanging in the trees. See that insulation? See it right there? Hanging in the trees, and it's all in my yard. And I don't think it's from my house, because I didn't see the roof off from what I can see so far. These big trees here in front of my house, luckily they stayed. I'm gonna walk you around my neighbor's house, and my neighbors down here on the hill, they got hit pretty hard. We all was in the basement. It only took like 5 minutes for all this to happen. And coming up my driveway here, it took out a big tree on the corner of my driveway, which landed in the neighbor's driveway across their cars over here. And it just took that tree completely out the root. Broken completely out. And you see it landed over in their driveway down the hill across their cars. And here's the big damage in my yard coming back here. My truck, praise God, it wasn't hit, and I was gonna move it up a little bit closer just in case these trees right here was to fall, a branch or whatever, it wouldn't hit my truck. That's what I normally do every day, and pulls it up kind of close in case one of them was to break off. But I said, that's close enough, and I'd stop right there. And luckily I did, because if I would have moved up a little bit more, see this big old tree? It came down. It's over top of my trailer here, and it came down, and it's over top of the house. And it didn't hit my truck, but a lot of splatters across my truck. And luckily it didn't hit it. Praise God, it didn't touch my truck. Praise God, we came out safely, because it could have been a lot worse. But all this, you see, this is the big tree behind my house that did most of the damage. All that's is power lines. It took out the whole power line, power grid, transformer back here. This tree is laying on my roof. See the big old transformer back here. I'm gonna zoom in close so you can see. Transformer back there. I don't want to get too close. Looks like everything is steady right now. But as you can see, the damage that it did behind my house. See this transformer? See this big old tree? It's laying right up on top of my roof. All this is in my yard. Luckily it didn't hit my windows. This is the area I just remodeled. Luckily it didn't touch the windows. But it took out this whole big old tree. And this here behind here ain't nothing but a cliff. Probably about 40-foot drop behind my house. And ain't nothing but big old trees on that cliff. And that's what it took out, all them trees coming across. It definitely was a tornado that hit. And we got in the basement just in time. Me, my wife, and my dog. And my dog was definitely scared. She don't like all that noise, sirens. She go crazy. Go hide. But it took a matter of seconds for all this to happen. A lot went on last night. We also smelled a gas leak down at the bottom of our street, that it broke some gas line somewhere. Neighbor's house next door here on this side. Took out a lot of trees, and all them trees down there, they out down Catawba. But that is what happened. Thank God we here to able to view all this and still stand and walk and Praise God. And the par, ain't no telling how long it's gonna be before it get back on, cause it did a lot of damage back here. Did a whole lot of damage back here. And I'm quite sure a lot of folks is out. Par is out. A whole lot of folks' houses. We not the only ones. A neighbor's yard next door took out trees back here. Trees up on top of their rooftop. And that's their front tree. Everybody. My other neighbor got a tree up on top of his roof. It's all over, people. It is all over. And we about ready to leave here. I gotta drop my truck off to the shop. Hopefully we can get down the street, because I don't know what the streets look like. I went to the end of it last night and it was a bunch of trees laying across the streets. So we're gonna see what's going on. So I'll holler at y'all later. God bless. Hopefully everybody is okay out there. Thank you. Bye.